Right now, for the first time in more than a decade, a sitting president comes to Madison. A look at preparations for the visit.
Plus, an explosion involving a train in far eastern Ohio. Residents evacuated as potentially toxic materials fill the air.
And it's a new tool from the Wisconsin DOT to help you plan your summer trip. We'll show you how it works. That's all next on News 3 Now at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. Temperatures are on the rebound after a bitter start to the month.
But our weather team has issued an alert day for later in the week as we keep an eye on a storm system. Taking a look outside. A little breezy out there right now, but things could be getting a little messy in the next couple of days or so. Let's go right to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and our first warn forecast. Gary?
Yeah, it's downright windy out here right now, but they're mild winds out of the south, and that's keeping our temperatures mild. Let's start out by taking a look at the high-resolution Doppler radar. You can see some showers moving through the northern portions of the viewing area, mainly from around Middleton northward toward Wisconsin Dells and up into central Wisconsin. Any mixed precipitation right now appears that it's going to be north of our viewing area. And as we check out 6-hour future track radar, those showers race off to the east, so most of them should be over with by about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning at the latest. Temperatures right now are as warm as they've been all day. 41 right now in Madison, 43 in Janesville, and 40 in Platteville. But those temperatures will go up a little bit more before they start to fall later on tonight. But across Dane County, take a look at that. 40 in Sun Prairie, 40 in Deerfield, and 41 degrees in Belleville. Look for mostly cloudy skies overnight. The showers will come to an end. I think that mix will probably not materialize. Low temperature by morning dropping to 34. But we do have an alert day in the forecast for a snow and wintry mix. This is going to be from Wednesday night into Thursday for southern Wisconsin. I'll tell you what we can expect when it'll arrive and how much snow will pile up in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. It is a big week for the city of Madison. For the first time in more than a decade, a sitting U.S. president will be making a visit to the capital city. President Joe Biden will be making the trip on Wednesday to tout his economic agenda. So far, only a few details have been released. The White House has yet to say when he will arrive or where he will be going. We do know the president will be flying into Dane County Regional Airport, so if you're going to be in the area, expect to see some delays on Wednesday. The airport director couldn't give us specific details, but said he is working with the White House team on logistics.
It's been more than a decade since a sitting U.S. president has visited Madison. That president at the time was Barack Obama, who actually made 4 trips to the Isthmus while in office. 2 of those visits, back in 2010 and 2012, were on the UW campus. Retired UW Police Chief Sue Reisling ran the show at the time, coordinating with the Secret Service and multiple local agencies to make sure the visit ran smoothly. She says from the moment a venue was chosen, it was 24 hours a day of planning nonstop.
There's just a lot of moving parts and it's a lot of work, and at the end you're completely exhausted, but it's there's nothing quite like it. It's an experience I wouldn't trade for anything.
The president's protection bubble from the airport to anywhere he's headed is 540 degrees, to include what's above and below, at least a mile all around. So when the president visits, agencies like Capitol Police or the Sheriff's Department each play a role, handling anything from the motorcade, checking for explosives, and crowd control.
And News 3 Now will have extensive coverage of the visit on Wednesday. Be sure to stay with us on air and online for the very latest developments. And before making that trip to Madison, the president will first be delivering his annual State of the Union address tomorrow night. The president tweeted a picture of what appears to be his first draft of the speech inside a binder. The address will provide the president the chance to highlight key priorities and agenda items.
The U.S. military releasing these photos tonight, showing the recovery efforts of the Chinese balloon that was shot down off the coast of South Carolina this weekend. China has accused the U.S. of indiscriminate use of force in shooting it down. Saturday, a missile from an F-22 fighter jet brought down the suspected spy balloon off Myrtle Beach, ending a 7-day cross-country journey over Idaho, Montana, Missouri, and eventually the South Carolina coast.
Once it came over to into the United States from Canada, I told the Defense Department wanted to shoot it down as soon as it was appropriate. They concluded we should not shoot it down over land. It was not a serious threat, and we should wait till it got across the water.
Chinese officials insist the flyover was an accident involving a civilian aircraft. They accuse U.S. of hyping up the incident and damaging the relationship between the two countries.
More local news now. Madison police are still searching for a suspect believed to be linked to a murder. Last night, an off-duty officer reported a suspicious vehicle believed to have the suspect inside. A pursuit began, but the car was later found abandoned. K-9 units searched the area and nearby homes, but didn't find anything. Police have not released a description of a suspect. In Rock County, after being closed for nearly 11 hours overnight into the morning, I-3990 back open in Beloit. A large-scale fire closed it down about 11:45 last night. Now, this is near East Woodman Road. Burned for several hours there. The interstate was eventually reopened before noon today. The State Patrol was handling the fire. No further details have been made public.
We're seeing some incredible video from Ohio today. Communities there are under a mandatory evacuation order after a fiery freight train derailment last week. Officials say some of the cars could release toxic gas into the air, and they've now begun an operation to stop that from happening. Erica Moke reports from the village of East Palestine.
They describe an explosion as potentially catastrophic.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine ordered residents living near a dangerous train derailment to leave as authorities planned a controlled release of toxic material from the derailed tanker cars.
Vinyl chloride contents of 5 rail cars are currently unstable and could potentially explode, causing deadly disbursement of shrapnel and toxic fumes.
Since Friday night's crash, flames continue to burn out of control from the heap of rail cars tossed across and on top of each other near the Pennsylvania line.
Those in the red affected area are most at risk. Those in the orange stand very high proclivity for serious injury, especially to their lungs.
So far, officials say the area's air and water quality are safe, and the state's environmental agency would remove any contaminants from nearby streams.
We haven't detected any sustained readings that would be a health effect. I know that's a little bit surprising given the smoke and the plume.
Earlier in the day, officials went door to door to see who remained in the evacuation zone. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Erica Moke, CBS News, New Waterford, Ohio.
Federal investigators with the NTSB say a preliminary review of 2 videos show a mechanical issue with the rail car axle.
Next tonight, another large-scale fire. This one in the Chicago area broke out at a Chicago Heights factory this morning. It has since been extinguished, but fire crews say they will remain on scene overnight to continue putting out hot spots. The EPA also is on scene monitoring any potential risks to the community. There were no injuries reported. Well, check this out. Tense situation. Dangerous open waters in the Pacific leads to a daring rescue and an arrest. A man was thrown from the boat after a large wave caused it to capsize. Coast Guard rescuers training in Oregon responded to the call as a rescue swimmer was making his way to the vessel. A massive wave flipped it over. The man was successfully rescued but was later arrested. It turns out police say the boat had been stolen, and the rescued man was wanted on several charges in both the United States and also Canada.
There is a devastating situation playing out right now in parts of the Middle East. We are seeing new drone video showing the aftermath of a disastrous earthquake near the border of Syria and Turkey. So far, the more than 3,000 people have died and some 1,200 buildings were destroyed. Since the initial tremor, there have also been more than 18 recorded aftershocks measuring 4 or higher on the Richter scale. In addition, the earthquake has also badly damaged the Gaziantep Castle, a historic site and tourist attraction in southeastern Turkey. According to archaeological excavations, the castle was first built as a watchtower in the Roman period in the 2nd and 3rd centuries and expanded over time.
More local news now. Planning your annual budget or mapping out a summer road trip just got easier thanks to a new tool from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. McKenna Alexander joins us now to break down the new Midwest Driver Fee Calculator. McKenna?
Yeah, this new tool lets you use your car's make, model, and year to calculate how much it'll cost you to drive around Wisconsin given a specific mileage. Plus, it lets you compare it to other Midwest states, making for a helpful breakdown of the varying costs that come with driving. How much does it cost in fees and taxes to drive in Wisconsin and neighboring Midwest states? Well, now you can get a rough estimate with the state DOT's latest online resource. Called the Midwest Fee Calculator, the tool helps estimate the fees that Wisconsin drivers pay each year compared to drivers in other Midwest states. To use the calculator, you first need to choose a vehicle most like yours from a list of popular models. You do this by selecting the vehicle type, make, model, and year. Then select the annual number of miles driven, and if applicable, choose the county and municipality you live in. This way, a wheel tax can be included if necessary. Once you enter in all of this information, the calculator will produce a chart with the total estimated annual cost to drive in Wisconsin. This total represents vehicle registration renewal fees, environmental taxes, fees levied on gasoline, various state taxes and fees, and specific municipality or county fees. You can also play around and click on neighboring states, including Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, and Illinois, to see how your annual cost in Wisconsin compares to other parts of the Midwest. The calculator is still in its early stages. However, DOT officials say they're constantly working to update the tool with new car models, updated tax information, and relevant cost factors. To use the Midwest Driver Fee Calculator for yourself, just visit wisconsindot.gov.
Still ahead tonight, your forecast for the rest of the work week, including a closer look at the upcoming alert day.
Plus, the Lake Geneva Ice Castle's back open for business. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Prosecutor, now Circuit Court Judge, Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, I'll be a common sense judge. I'll protect public safety. I believe in a woman's freedom to make her own decision on abortion. It's time for a change.
Man, running out of hot water, that's like running out of gas during a race.
You got that right.
That's why I'm getting a Richmond water heater, man. They're dependable.
A real winner.
They got everything here, too. And the prices, they're low.
Come to Menards. Check out our huge selection of Richmond water heaters in stock today. You'll save big money now. Low prices, lower energy cost.
Man, what an awesome store.
I'm proud to have them as a partner.
Let's go win some races from Menards.
Let's do it.
Save big money at Menards.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
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 They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court. She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I go way back with Yvette Nicole Brown. My part was cut in Dreamgirls. So you almost took my role. Can't nobody take no role from you. Are you crazy? Plus, I'm hanging with Ron Funches.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Now is the time to get your Powerball tickets out. Here are tonight's winning numbers. 5, I've always wanted to do this. 5, 11, 22, 23, 69, Powerball of 7. I kind of felt like Vanna White there. Jackpot sitting at $747 million, 5th largest ever. Nobody has won a Powerball since November 19th.
Well done. Health news tonight. Hundreds of convenience food products are being recalled for possible listeria contamination. This recall includes a long list of ready-to-eat sandwiches, salads, yogurts, wraps, and other grab-and-go products sold the last week of January. Items have a fresh creative cuisine label on the bottom. Another tech company has announced major layoffs. Computing giant Dell says it's letting go of about 5% of its workforce. That is more than 6,000 employees. The company made the announcement in regulatory filing today, citing the challenging global economic environment as the reason.
New tonight, United Airlines has been hit with a proposed fine of more than $1 million over a pre-flight safety check for its Boeing 777s that was allegedly not being performed. The FAA says United did away with the fire system warning check that was a requirement, and that as a result, the planes flying from June of 2018 through April of 21 were, quote, not in airworthy condition. Congress considering new rules for airplanes after severe air travel disruptions ruined the holidays for tens of thousands of Americans.
A group of senators wants to enshrine a passenger Bill of Rights into law. Chris Van Cleve reports.
With their daughter Emily in a Denver, Colorado hospital over the holidays, Christine Pastor and her husband booked a Southwest Airlines flight for December 26th to be with Emily on her birthday. At the airport, they learned their flight was canceled, and it would be days before Southwest could find them another flight.
We were devastated. We were planning this trip for quite a while, and the most frustrating part is that it was blue skies. All the other airlines were flying, and there were seats available, and we just could not get there.
The Pastors were among the hundreds of thousands stranded during Southwest's meltdown, resulting in nearly 17,000 canceled flights, costing the company about $800 million. Now, several U.S. senators say airlines need to do more to protect consumers.
The goal is to level the playing field for consumers. They're being ripped off.
Senators Ed Markey and Richard Blumenthal introduced an airline passengers Bill of Rights aimed at requiring airlines to fairly compensate flyers during airline-caused delays and cancellations. The senators also want to limit fees for bags, seating, as well as for changes or cancellations. This as the Department of Transportation is planning new regulations to prohibit charging for families to sit next to children.
If passengers could receive $1,350 whenever their flight is delayed by 4 hours, I am guaranteeing you there'd be a lot fewer delays.
Airlines for America, the trade group representing most of the nation's carriers, says it is in the interest of all U.S. airlines to provide a positive flight experience for all passengers. The proposed policies in this bill would drastically decrease competition, leading to a subsequent increase in airfare prices. The Pastors say they're still waiting to hear from Southwest if they'll be reimbursed for more than $800 in expenses from that trip they weren't able to take. Southwest acknowledges they are still working through some of those requests. The airline has apologized to customers, says it is investing $1 billion in improving its IT systems. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
Around Wisconsin, the Lake Geneva ice castles are up and running after a warm start to the new year. Well, this past Saturday was the grand opening, 2 weeks behind schedule. Crews have been working on the project for a couple of months now, placing about 10,000 icicles a day inside these castles, hoping for a little help from Mother Nature.
Well, we've just kind of been, biding our time, banking icicles from the ice farm. That way when it got cold enough, we could start building again. And we're going to keep building right up until we see the finish line.
The ice farm is right on site. Artisans take icicles from these racks, just add water and cold temperatures, and they continue to grow.
So they were growing some ice last week. Might be getting a little dicey this week, Gary.
Yeah, especially with some rain in the forecast there. Eventually it'll change over to snow, but we've got temperatures above freezing right now, and that's, melting snow and melting ice. High-resolution Doppler radar shows precipitation across southern Wisconsin, not in a frozen form, but a liquid form, rain showers. And in fact, up to the north where the precipitation does change to some sleet and snow, take a look at this, flashes of lightning showing up just to the east of Wausau. So yeah, the atmosphere is unstable enough for some lightning and thunder, but you can see these showers moving pretty quickly off to the north and east and pretty much will be out of the way as we head into the overnight hours. However, we have an alert day in the forecast. This is for Wednesday night and Thursday. This is for the potential for some snow and also some freezing freezing rain and sleet. There could be a wintry mix of precipitation. All of southern Wisconsin will be affected. Areas to the south and east of Madison, more likely a rain-snow mixture. North and west, that's where there could be some ice accumulations. This is kind of what we're thinking for snowfall, but again, this is subject to change. We're still a couple of days out, and this is one of those tricky storm systems that could go a number of different ways. Right now, when the precipitation that starts out as rain changes over to snow south and east of Madison, probably about a 1 to 3 inch snowfall. And earlier the changeover takes place, the more snow. To the north and west, a little more confidence in several inches of snow accumulation. Could be more than 6 inches if it's all snow. However, right in between about Madison and the Dells, there's the potential for some freezing rain and sleet to mix in for a time. That would limit the snowfall amounts, but also could add a glaze of ice to things just to kind of make things interesting. So the European computer model, beginning at 6 p.m. Wednesday, doesn't really bring precipitation into southwestern Wisconsin until about midnight and in a liquid form. But watch what happens as the colder air wraps into the storm as it passes by Chicago. You see the rain start to change over to some freezing rain and sleet, and then mainly snow farther to the north and west. By noon, it's pretty much all snow across southern Wisconsin, but the fast movement of the storm pulls it out of here as we head into Thursday evening. Now, the GFS computer model, the U.S. computer model, very similar. Rain to start, but notice the changeover, again, from rain to freezing rain a little bit farther south, more snow to the north and west, and a smaller area of heavier snow, so that pulls off, and that would limit the snowfall amounts a little bit more. So the problem is that most of Wisconsin is cold because of the snow cover. Just to the south, very little snow cover. Take a look at the temperatures. Over that snow cover, I mean, we were mild, 30s and 40s. Des Moines, Iowa, almost 60 degrees. So when you have that kind of a temperature contrast, you have the potential for a storm to spin up pretty quickly. 38 for the high tomorrow. We'll start out with some clouds, but it'll turn partly sunny in the afternoon, and it'll be breezy. Planning your day for tomorrow, 37 in Fitchburg, 37 in Belleville, 36 for the high of Mount Horeb. Again, more sunshine in the afternoon. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, a little colder to the west, 35 Prairie du Chien and La Crosse. Janesville probably topping out around 39 degrees. 7 to 10 day forecast. 42 on Wednesday, and then that mix of precipitation changing to snow on Thursday. That's why we have the alert day there. And then Friday, just some light snow or flurries. Temperatures warm back up for next week. Mainly rain as we head toward Valentine's Day and beyond. A couple of weather systems there, and high temperatures in the 40s.
Late tip tonight for the Bucks as they begin their 3-game road trip out west. We have first half highlights with the Trailblazers next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Super Cash 5 will get you 6. During February, when players buy a $5 or greater Super Cash ticket, they'll get a bonus ticket with 2 additional plays for the next drawing. Only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford truck. Like a next generation pickup. Get here for a deal on F-Series. America's best-selling trucks, 46 years straight. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on F-150 with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus 1,000 credit cash and 1,000 Auto Show cash.
One of the most beloved and respected Chicago bands ever to explode onto the national scene. The Buckinghams live concerts pack power into 60s pop rock. Presented by the Middleton Friends of the Performing Arts Center. February 11th at 7:30. Tickets on sale now.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like for tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
For the second week in a row and for the fourth time this season, Giannis is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, and it just makes sense after leading the Bucks to another undefeated week. He averaged 41 points, over 17 rebounds with almost 6 assists per game, helping the Bucks extend their win streak to now 7 games. Now tonight, they're in Portland facing the Trailblazers. First quarter, it's the Brook Lopez show. Big man giving the Bucks a double-digit lead just minutes in. He has 17 first-half points. Also in double figures at the break, Chris Middleton. He started heating up close to halftime goes into the break with 11 points. Milwaukee takes a 10-point lead into the locker room. While the last couple of games have been rough for the Badger women's basketball team, one player is getting recognized for the second time this season. Sarah Williams is named the Big Ten Freshman of the Week. In UW's game with 10th-ranked Ohio State, she scored 23 points with 4 boards. Then she scored in double figures again against Rutgers. She had 14 points, 7 rebounds, and she also tied her season high with 4 blocks. Just when the Badger men's basketball team thought they were getting back into the swing of things, they drop a close one to Northwestern on their home court. This also happens to be the first time in over 25 years that the Wildcats swept UW in the regular season. Now to Greg Gard, much of what's creating inconsistency and difficulties for his squad comes from the nature of the game and just how well other teams are dialed in.
We know what they're doing. They know what we're doing. Easy baskets are hard to get. So you have to have other... That's where all those possessions that, if you have 9 turnovers, well, what if you have 6? When you're in that type of a game, knowing that that's the low possession game that we're typically in with Northwestern, that you have to, get a lot of mulligans and a lot of do-overs.
And another Badger earning conference honors for the second time this season is Layla Edwards. She's been named the WCHA Rookie of the Week after netting the game winner against the Huskies on Saturday, and she also had an assist in that game. The Badgers coming in once again at number 8 in the latest USCHO poll. The team is preparing for their final road series of the regular season. It's round 2 of the border battle with third-ranked Minnesota, and it begins on Friday. The busy offseason continues for Wisconsin football. Tonight, The Athletic reports that quarterback Chase Wolf is not returning to the program this fall. Wolf joined the team in 2018. He redshirted that year. Then over the next 4 seasons, he played in 13 games, finishing with almost 300 yards in the air with 3 touchdowns. UW-Whitewater is removing Jace Rindall's interim head coach title. That's because they're naming him the Warhawks' next head coach. He has been serving as interim HC since the fall. There will be a press conference on Thursday to formally introduce him as the 22nd head coach for the program. We'll be right back.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
At Overture Center, February 21st through 26th. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause.
With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Low E has hurt my ability to perform.
He hasn't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Now through February 16th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023 in a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized.
Low E, not for me.
Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, February 16th.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Are you a T-Mobile customer in Wisconsin? Recently, T-Mobile disclosed that 37 million customer accounts were hacked, putting your personal information at risk. Don't let identity theft ruin your credit score and cost you thousands of dollars. Call Lawton & Cates for a free consultation and learn your rights.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, Best Catering. Cast a nomination for Beef Butter Barbecue and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
How to avoid losing money to bank imposters, Thursday at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Now we want to go to Gary for one final check of the forecast.
It's mild out there right now. It's windy, but it's mild. If you've been outside, there's the live view of the Edgewater Skycam. Not seeing any rain in downtown Madison, but there are some showers north of Dane County through Columbia County, say from around Columbus, back toward Wisconsin Dells, and then up toward the Adams Friendship area. But most of the showers should be out of here within the next couple of hours. You can see how quickly they're moving to the north and east. So by early tomorrow morning, we'll still have the clouds. Temperatures will start to fall. But right now, 41 in Madison, 43 degrees in Prairie du Chien. Here in Dane County, I think just about everybody is over 40 degrees. But for tonight, look for temperatures to drop back to about 34 by morning. Tomorrow we'll see some sunshine in the afternoon, high temperature at 38. But again, that alert day in the forecast for Wednesday night and Thursday for some accumulating snow right now, light to moderate snowfall, but also the potential for some freezing rain and sleet, especially north and west of Madison later on Wednesday night. And then just mainly snow during the day on Thursday. After that, temperatures warm right back up, and we're back to rain next week by Valentine's Day.
Wow.
All right, pretty interesting. Gary, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.